The first one is Spaceman.
Oh, I watched Spaceman too.
It's a new film on Netflix starring Adam Sandler.
Yes.
And really just primarily him. Like,
yes.
It's so he plays a Czech astronaut, Jakob.
I thought it was Jakob. Isn't that what they say? I don't know.
Yeah.
I have not seen it. I love Adam Sandler, but I haven't watched it yet.
I think it is Jakob.
Yeah.
So he's been assigned to spend 6 months in space to go up to investigate a mysterious cloud of dust particles called Chopra that's basically like just hung around. So what the hell's happening?
Yeah, it's interesting because the setup of it is that you can see this cloud from Earth. So it's, it's
ominous.
Yeah.
What's going on there?
What is that?
And I will say, why did he have to be alone? I don't know. I mean, couldn't you send more people up there? And South Korea was like on our tail, so it was like a big deal for them to get there. And it is based on a novel called Spaceman of Bohemia by Jaroslav Carfar. I think his name is Russian. So, and then, it was directed by Johan Renck. So
these are some challenging names, I would say.
It's a very small, precise cast because really it's highly focused on Adam's experience in space and the overall theme of loneliness because he leaves his pregnant wife, played by Carey Mulligan, mostly in memories because although you can tape video messages to him, and which he does.
And there's an interesting, communication device that they're using.
Right.
Part of it, like almost like a pod that she can sit in and they can have sort of a FaceTime chat.
Right.
Can you fix the delay? Can you fix the delay?
Apparently you can fix the delay. I mean, this is not necessarily like
it's sci-fi,
yeah,
Eddie.
it's not
I'm making
current technology. What?
It's from Avenue 5.
Oh, Avenue 5. Absolutely hysterical.
And not coming back.
I know, sad. Avenue 5. It was really good.
So,
okay, sorry, go on.
His commander here on Earth, played by Isabella Rossellini.
Oh, God, she's so good.
This is a little bit of a spoiler, but she intercepts a message from his wife, she's pregnant here on Earth, that she's not happy. Now, his mental health while up there is very precarious and very monitored because, he's solo. So she opts not to send him her message.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So in some ways that sends him into more of a sort of depression and isolation until, and this was really, at first you're like, is he hallucinating this?
Yeah.
A creature sort of appears in his spaceship and it's like a very large looking like tarantula. So if you have any arachnophobia, you would be...
Oh yeah, you can't watch this movie.
Done.
No, yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's a big old looking, like I said, like a, tarantula.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So
a little extra arm dexterousness that's going on, but other than that.
And it's obviously extraterrestrial because it's able to communicate with him. And so at first he really is like, am I hallucinating? Mm-hmm. But there's issues with the ship and the creature screws around with it. So then it's like he kind of is like, okay, you are real. And because of this loneliness, it's like he actually starts to befriend and communicate Anus.
Yeah, he names him.
And he helps navigate his way to the cloud. And they become friends. And it was so unorthodox and so sort of odd. There really are moments like, is he just hallucinating this thing? Like, why isn't anybody down on Earth seeing this?
Well, conveniently, as happens with a lot of things like this, the cameras were not working and he was having technical issues in his space station, so they couldn't see anything that was going on. And I think at some point they lost communication. They couldn't hear what was going on. I don't know, something.
So,
well, just to interject a teeny bit, Paul Dano is the voice of this extraterrestrial spider creature thing.
Right.
It is interesting because I couldn't tell how they shot it, if he was there, and then because the spider does have a mouth, which is a little weird. Did you notice that?
Yeah.
So you're
it's
like...
more like tinctures or like...
Yeah, little, like, yeah. So... Because sometimes if it's just a voice and it's going to be a CGI character, you're just recording it afterwards. But maybe he was there? I don't know.
You think the Jim Henson Puppet Company was there and they were all just rocking it out on set?
No, I mean, in space...
Did Adam have like a visor on so it could be like a spider filter?
Oh, Lord. What? I would 100% think it was a voiceover, like put in later.
Yeah.
So, and the spider or the extraterrestrial creature is its own study in loneliness because his species has basically been wiped out. And so his attachment and sort of these philosophical discussions that he has with Adam Sandler's character have a depth because of him feeling like he's the last of his species. And it's sad. It actually truly affected me by the end because the story of this extraterrestrial, first being a very intimidating, terrifying creature, and the arc of really where he became his friend and was so caring, and what happens to him, and then how much Jakob cares for him.
Yeah.
Basically risks his own life. And then he realizes that, I'm projecting myself into space to maybe run away from my promise back on Earth, but I really do want to face him and make this work with my wife. So it was had much more depth. There is little or no humor in it. So if you are an Adam Sandler fan thinking like, there'll be a
No.
Spaceman. No,
it's not that.
It's one of those serious turns that Adam Sandler likes to do occasionally, and he is good at it. Of course, he's very exhausted looking, and it's like, he's very put upon. So it's in his wheelhouse of that type of character. So
For sure. He does a great job. I mean, it's very interesting that he can do, Waterboy to this. Like,
Right.
he's got a big range. I mean, Waterboy is a weird old reference, but
Speaking of, I was going to say, is there at least a golf swing moment anywhere?
No,
like recreational 5 seconds of no.
This is
no
not
Happy
one
Gilmore?
of, and I think I got confused because I thought initially, this is going to be one of those Netflix movie deals that he has. They're going to be in that type of wheelhouse where it's that broad, high comedy type of movie. And it's
Halloween
not
hubby.
Yeah, exactly, which I actually did enjoy during Halloween. But he didn't write this. He didn't direct it. He just got to be starring in it. He's not even listed as one of the producers, although Channing Tatum is.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay.
So, yeah, he just was in the role of an actor. And so I do recommend it. It's very unique.
I would recommend it as well.
Yeah.
I liked it. But yes, it was kind of sad and moving. And the main thing I wanted to say about it was visually, I think because it was memory stuff, they did a lot of really interesting things, particularly with all the stuff with Carey Mulligan when he was thinking about her or memory. Like all of that had a real interesting quality, which, I appreciated.
And then when they, and also it's always, how do you make something interesting where you're just in a small contained spaceship? They did.
Yeah.
And then when they get to the cloud, that is an interesting sort of revelation of what it could be. So it's, don't worry, it's not a device of destruction. And that's all I'll tell you.